Good morning, and welcome to the official launch date for Cry Mercy. Um, hmm, it's actually been on the shelves for a few days, unless you're Stephanie Meyer or J.K. Rowling. They don't actually hold them until midnight before the official launch date. So, but according to what you see on the websites and everything, June 1st is the official launch date. And I sent all of the other deadline dames an email asking them if they minded if I did a blog, video blog, instead of writing my blog today. And since none of them actually wrote back and told me no, I'm going to go with the it's better to apologize than ask permission way of thinking and just go ahead and do this. So anyway, I'm not signing anything today. Again, no, I didn't go buy book plates. I went by one place and they didn't have them, but I was rushed for time, so I didn't have time to go to the place that I know has them. So I will go buy some book plates this afternoon and do some signings tomorrow. But I am going to do another tarot reading. I sent out a tweet this morning and I said the first person who tweeted back could have a tarot reading. And I got a tweet back from Brad Winslow in Maui, Hawaii. And knowing the time zone difference, I asked him what the heck he was doing up at this hour, and he just emailed me back, or just tweeted back, "I'm in love." Like, that's a perfectly good explanation. Anyway, I've got my makeup on, but my hair's still wet from the shower with a busy day going. This is as good as it gets today. Did you hear that slam? That was the cat going out. It's good that he's learned to open the door, but he does slam it. I wanted you to see him. Actually, let me show you where I work. People are curious about that. I want you to note over my shoulder the giant pile of laundry. Yes, the disadvantage to working in an adorably cute cottage is that there's no place to put a washer and dryer. There's Crystal Lake. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning on Crystal Lake. It's clear and cool today, and the lake is kind of flat and serene. It's very bright out there because if you sent me your self-addressed stamped envelope, you know my address is West Shore Road. So the sun comes up directly out the window. Perhaps one day this week I'll actually be up early enough to show you a gorgeous, gorgeous Crystal Lake sunrise. They're very beautiful here. But I slept in a little bit this morning until my cat informed me it was food o'clock. So up I am. That's good. Okay, before I do Brad's tarot reading, I do want to go ahead and answer a couple of questions that were sent to me that I have here. Somebody asked me, they said, they said they had a hard time letting go of their work, that they're a writer, and that they are always looking back at something and wanting to rewrite it. And they said, do I ever look back at the books that I wrote earlier and say, oh, I wish I'd done this, I wish I'd written it differently? Yes and no. I mean, sometimes you just got to put your baby on the bus and it's gone. Men in Chains, do I have a copy handy? I've got a copy in the other room. I'm not going to bother to go get it. It's actually the first book I wrote. And it was like my primer on how to write. I said that I went and got this book, How to Write a Romance Novel for Dummies. I had actually outlined a fair portion of Men in Chains, which was at that time called Delinda's Plan, okay, because it's more of a book about a person with a plan. And yes, there are men in chains in it, but it's not an S&M book or anything. And then I went and got this thing to see if, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and I kind of went back and did some cleanup. But it's full of mistakes, and I love it anyway. I even use examples from it in one of my workshops that I give on what not to do. But it did ultimately sell because it's a good story. And the funny thing is, it's like books like Cry Mercy, like Angel of Mercy is, mass market produced, and they ship out 50,000 copies in the first, week. And Men in Chains is a small publisher, and they send them out as ordered. So they have probably sent out, since it was written, less than 1,000. I have as much fan mail from Men in Chains. as I have from Crime Mercy. And so I find myself revisiting it, and I go back, and it's the book of my heart, and it is what it is, you know. And yeah, I think I get better with every book I write because I learn more, but I don't really want to go back and change anything that once it's out there and once it's published, because that's how it is, and that's what I was writing at that time and what I was feeling at that time, and I don't know, I don't think I want to change it. Could I do it better if I did it over again? Absolutely. And will you know, the next book, the book I'm writing right now, would it be better if I wrote it 10 years from now? I hope so. I hope so. I hope I do get better and better. But you know, no, I wouldn't go back and change anything. I really wouldn't. One more quick question and then on to the tarot reading. Let's see. Oh, who's my favorite author? I hate that question because which one did, you know, who am I reading right now? That's my favorite author. If it's a book I really like. I very often say that my favorite American author is James Lee Burke. And people say, James Lee Burke, that's nothing like your work. I said, no, it's not. I try to read authors that do things that I can't do. But that I aspire to do. It's like when you learn how to play pool, you want to have an opponent that's a little bit better than you are so that you learn from them. And James Lee Burke, his use of the language just still, my jaw drops. I hold him in awe. He's an amazing author. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do Brad Winslow's tarot reading here. So everybody think of Brad who's in love in Maui. That's, you know, in love in Maui. That's not a bad thing. I've been to Maui. I'd like to be there and in love. I'd like to be in love anywhere. I'd like to be in Maui and not in love. So the combination of the two is pretty terrific. Okay, shuffling the cards here, thinking of Brad. And we are going to pretend that Brad's here to cut the cards and cut them one time here and turn Brad's cards. Oh, he is in love. He is in love. He's in love. He's in love and he's suffering, but it's going to be okay. All right. The Queen of Cups. The first card here is the Queen of Cups. See this beautiful woman holding a cup? Okay, the cups are the suit of the things that you need to take care of your emotional needs, and they're all about love and loving people. And the Queen of Cups, it is a woman in the picture, but it could be Brad. This could be talking about Brad, or it could be talking about the person who Brad loves. But this is, the Queen of Cups is a mothering figure who is very, she's the unconditional lover. She is the one that never judges, the one that you come to her and she just says, let mama make it all better. So Brad has either been the person who has been giving unconditional love or receiving unconditional love. The way I'm seeing this, probably giving unconditional love. And the only problem, there's a lot of rewards to being the Queen of Cups, but the one thing is they have a tendency to think about other people's needs and not their own. So they have to be careful of that. And if they don't be careful of that, then they find themselves in the situation of the Nine of Swords. See this person? They are in bed with all these swords hanging over them. What this is saying is if you try to take on everything, it will wear you down, even to the point where it could actually physically make you sick. So this is saying to not try to take on everything in the whole world. It will make you feel anguish, and this is kind of having been beaten down by events, and this is saying to take a step back and not do that. And then moving forward, we have the Two of Cups, and see, we have these two figures on the cups on the card with the upturned cup. See you can see there's something going on between them, and this is about a symbiotic relationship, one-on-one, of equals. And this is in the future position, so this is saying that coming up, there's this, for the relationship to work, the people must be equals and there must be give and take, and then it will really, really bloom. Anyway, I'm just about out of time here, so happy June 1st. Buy my book, send me a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I will sign it for you, and I will see you soon. Bye.